Welcome to your exponential study guide video. Let's look at objective 1. Okay, we're going to take care of this whole objective in one little pass. So it says, using the table below, state the common ratio. Well, the common ratio is the same thing as the growth factor. Okay, there's one and the same. So what you're going to do is just figure out how do you move along the table. And there's several ways you can figure it out. You could say, okay, since it says common ratio, you know it's going to be multiply or divide. And so you figure out it multiplies 1 times what is 2? That's times 2. And then 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 2 is 8. So you should know that the common ratio is 2. So that's all you would put for that particular question. Another way you could figure it out is you do the second number divided by the first number. So you go 2 divided by 1, which was 2, 4 divided by 2, which is 2, and 8 divided by 4, which is 2. And since all of those give you 2, that's why the answer is 2. Okay? So now it says, given the following function, complete the table. So there's several ways you can go about completing the table. The easiest way is to use your calculator and we will take the function and go to y equals, and you can go 3, 2, raise it to the x, and then hit second graph, which is your table function, and then you want to match the values to what you have in your table. So I need an x value of -2, so I go down -2, and my answer is 0.75. Okay? And then the next one is 0, which you should have been able to see from the actual function, because when it's 0, it's the y-intercept, and our y-intercept was 3. And then you go to 2, and that's 12. 3 would be 24. And then 4 is 48. So now when you want to graph the function, you can use the points you just plotted in the table, okay, or the table from the calculator. Or you can do it based on the fact that you know it starts at 3, so you make a dot on 3, and then it doubles each time. So what's 3 times 2? That's 6. So the next dot will be made at 6, and then 6 times 2 is 12, so the next dot would be made up here at 12, and you see how it's 2, 12, 2, 12, okay, 0, 3, 0, 3. And then if you multiply by 2 to go this way, you would divide by 2 to go the opposite direction. And so 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. So the next dot will be made at 1.5. And then half of 1.5, or -2 was at 0.75. 0.75 is the next one. And I really wouldn't graph any dots past that, because you can see that the graph is going to take the shape, and then as with all exponentials that don't have a k value, it's going to have that asymptote at 0, and so it'll level off at 0, and you just kind of follow the x-axis down. And now it says write a next and now function. So if you start all next and now functions, it'll be next equals now, and then you write the pattern. And you can get the pattern from several places. The pattern can come from the table, or since it's already in an equation form, it's your growth factor, and the growth factor is 2, and you multiply by 2. And if you look in the table, see how these go 2, 3, 4? They're basically following the same pattern of adding 1. Well, these go times 2 times 2. And so that's where we get the times 2 from the next equals now. Thank you for watching the Objective 1 video. Move on to Objective 2.